Welcome to this week's assembly. We live in complicated times at the moment. The impact of the coronavirus and the shutdown that's come about because of it has raised up many issues and questions across society. Questions about equality of opportunity and civil rights. Questions about economics and money and jobs. Questions about the way in which we as a society have lived and operated, and the way in which we may hope to live in the future. What needs to change? What needs to stay the same? This is a historically significant moment that has been exacerbated by the horrendous murder of George Floyd in America. Now, one of the most important parts of school is the opportunity that it gives for young people in our community to ask questions, to debate ideas and viewpoints and establish their own worldview with the support and guidance of their teachers. We know that in normal circumstances, we will be having so many conversations in our lessons about the issues and questions raised by events going on in the world at the moment. However, it's hard for students to have those conversations on Teams or by email. Often, the questions that might arise come more spontaneously in class discussions and are less easily articulated on a screen than in a free-flowing discussion or conversation. Therefore, what I want to say to all of our students at the moment is that if you are confused by current events, if you do want to discuss them, please do email your teachers to talk to them about it. We want to help. We want to guide you through at this time. We want to hear your views. We want to hear your questions. I always say to all of my classes in the first lesson when I teach them that there is no such thing as a stupid question. That is absolutely, definitely the case at the moment. If you want to ask about anything that is going on, if you want to talk about anything, if you have any views or ideas that you want to discuss with us as a school, please do not hesitate to get in touch with us. We would love to hear from you and love to help you talk through the questions that you may have. Now, as a school, our most important message to all of you at this time comes from our visions and our values, which we've been talking about in all of our assemblies throughout this whole year. You see those visions and values when you walk into the school in the morning every day. You see them when you walk down C corridor past the science classrooms on the walls. You see them when you're playing sport in the sports hall. They are all over the school. They are togetherness, honesty, inclusivity, respect, support, and kindness. These are values that if we live by, we'll create young people in our community, in our society, who are tolerant, who are happy, who are inspirational, who are resilient, who are successful, and who are knowledgeable. Now, there can be no better response to the issues of the time than to live by those ideals. Throughout this period of lockdown, we have encouraged all of you to be more Thirsk. This applies to all the positive and wonderful things that you're doing in the community. We are being more Thirsk when we all act upon our visions and values to help make this world a more equal and indeed a better place. Now, throughout this lockdown period, every day we have had different members of staff reading. And earlier this week, Mr. Dixon read very inspirationally from a piece by John Donne, written in the 17th century, called No Man is an Island. This piece, I feel, encapsulates in a very few short lines so many things that we as a society should be thinking about at this time. And therefore, I'm going to read it to you again. No man is an island. No man is an island entire of itself. Every man is a piece of the continent, a part of the main. If a clod is washed away by the sea, Europe is the less, as well as if a promontory were, as well as any manner of thy friends or of thine own were. Any man's death diminishes me, because I am involved in mankind, and therefore never send to know for whom the bell tolls. It tolls for thee. Think on that. We are all a part of this community. We are all involved in mankind. And if we act by our visions and values, by our core moral ideals, then we will help to make sure that this world does become a better place. We wish you all the very best at this time and look forward to seeing you all as soon as possible.